I'm Dow Bartling, and I hope you're having a wonderful summer day. And I hope that the time that we spend together, it's going to be a brighter summer day. You know, the older I get, the more early in the morning I get up. It seems to be pretty early, and it's getting darker and darker now. There was a grandfather that was an early riser like I am. And so he got up early in the morning and he started his normal routine. Getting breakfast ready for family and then some preparation for then lunch later. Well, that particular morning, his granddaughter, Missy, she came downstairs too. How you doing, Missy? And she kind of looked down at the ground and she said, oh, Grandpa, I think everything is just against me. And so she started to go through a litany of stuff. Now, all the while that she was kind of opening up to him, Grandpa was kind of preparing some things. He was getting some pans out, and he just kind of did to Missy as she was talking. And then he kept getting some more things out. And then after a little pause, he says, Missy, I want you to kind of observe what I'm doing here this morning. He said, I've got this pan, and I'm going to put some water in it. And then he got 2 more pans, and he did the same thing. He says, now, I've got some carrots here. As you know, Missy, carrots are pretty crunchy and fresh. But I'm going to put those in the water. So he put them in the water, and when he did, then he turned on the stove on high. Next, he had some very fresh eggs, and he did the same thing. He put them in the pan. And finally, he had some fresh ground, good coffee, and he put the coffee in the 3rd pan, and he turned them on. He says, now, tell me a little bit more about your situation. So he kind of listened, and of course, while he was listening to Missy, things were cooking away. And he kind of reached over and kind of turned them down, and then when they had quieted down a little bit, he says, you know, Missy, it kind of sounds like your situation might be like these 3 pots. What do you mean, Grandpa? And he says, well, the first pot that had the carrots. You know, as the carrots entered the water, then something happened. They got weaker and weaker until they just turned to mush. The water, the outside water, caused them to weaken. And how about that egg? Now, that egg, as you know, Missy, is very fragile. Man, just a little drop and it's going to crack. Very fragile. Its reaction to that outside element, the water, was it turned hard. It turned very hard. And finally, the fresh brown coffee, the fresh ground coffee, Missy, it interacted with the water. It took advantage of the water and came up with something maybe different. That being coffee. And in fact, around here, we would call just throwing the grounds in the in the pot Cowboy coffee. Cowboy coffee. You just throw the grounds in, and something very good is the result. You know, that sounds like your situation that you're in. You can react to that outside element, like the water, and it can weaken you, or it can turn you hard, or you can use your imagination. You can use your innovation. You can use the gifts that were given to you and take advantage of that situation, take it as a challenge, and make it an opportunity. Missy, you need to do a checkup from the neck up. I'd like you to do this every morning for the next 7 weeks. For the next 7 weeks, Missy, I would like you, when you go to bed, you take your shoes that you're going to wear the next day and put them way under the bed. And so when you get up, you got to hunt for your shoes and you remember, oh, they're under the bed. And you have to get under the bed to get them. You have to get on your knees. And when you get on your knees, you have the opportunity to give thanks. Give thanks to all that has been given to you, including those challenges that you can turn into opportunities. You know, Missy, there's a lot of people that have not been given what you have been given. You're very unique. So you give thanks, and it gives you the opportunity to do that. And it'll get rid of that stinking thinking. Will you do that for Grandpa? Folks, early in the morning, it gives me the opportunity to do a checkup from the neck up. And so when the sun comes up, I know it's going to be a wonderful day, and I know it's going to be a brighter summer day. So until we meet again, you take care and have that brighter summer day.